Okay, so for this part of the problem, we're going to go through and find the particular solution using the method of undetermined coefficients. And before we do any of that work, we need to go through and kind of simplify and clean up our functions before we take derivatives and substitute them in. So when you look at your yp of t, you will notice that it's in a factored form, and for multiplication purposes, it's best to combine this into one simple vector function. So when we combine it together, our yp of t is going to be equal to the matrix that has A1 plus B1t in the first entry and A2 plus B2t in the second entry. And since we're going to need the derivative, we might as well differentiate. So y prime sub p is equal to just a B1 and a B2, because that's all that's left when we take the derivatives of those two entries. All right, so the next step is to now substitute this into our original differential equation. So again, in place of y prime, we'll have the b1 and the b2. Then we've got our matrix A, which is 5, 3, negative 6, negative 4. That's times our y, which is a1 plus b1t, and a2 plus b2t. And that is still plus the forcing term, 3t and 4. The next step is going to be the long step of this problem, which is multiplying everything out. And again, we're doing matrix multiplication, so we have to be very careful with how we do this. So when we multiply our matrices together, we're going to have 5 times the a1 plus b1t plus 3 times the a2 plus b2t. And then we might as well add on our plus 3t behind it. And then down here it's negative 6 times a1 plus b1t minus 4 times a2 plus b2t. And that is plus 4. And now that we have these two matrices equal to each other, we can equate the entries. So we're going to have a b1 equaling 5a1 plus 5b1t plus 3a2 plus 3b2t plus 3t, and then b2 is equal to negative 6a1 minus 6b1t minus 4a2 minus 4b2t plus 4. And this does look like quite a mess right now, but the idea is we can now compare coefficients on the different degrees, and this will turn into a 4 by 4 system of equations.